I'm going to figure out just how to get rid of that MSNBC, but I guess it's you take a little bit of good with the bad. So one of the positive things that comes out of this is what from me reviewing these different lying, fabricated stories, that I get to come out here and tell you all the absolute truth that they are full of shit. They are full of it. You tell me. This story right here, it says Pentagon troops. It's us or Trump. You give me one troop that even says that. Well, while they sequester, right? That's what Obama does, all the sequestering, right? And Democrats, all of their own kind of sequestering people, make it so that military people can't even give their opinion, or say anything about um, their opinion against Democrats in particular. And not only that, but they'll blow up a plane or cause a plane to blow up somehow with all of um, uh, their votes coming from wherever they are all out in the world. So the the military gets thrown under the bus and they get lied about and they're being propaganda used for propaganda now, left and right. So we had some stuff like that happened in 2012, that the military's uh, voting ballots on the way back to the U.S. The cargo plane blew up, and they don't hold up the vote or stop the vote long enough to allow our troops who are fighting overseas for us against our enemies. They're actually the ones that are fighting a war over there, engaging in combat. Their votes get burnt on the plane shuttle back to the United States so that their votes wouldn't be counted up. So I just wanted to mention that again and let people realize that is not a fabricated story. That is a true story, and MSN isn't going to tell you about the misfortune of our veterans, our military veterans that are fighting overseas, voting ballots not coming in and helping to be effective in our voting process. So it's like Rome or something here. You know, send your guard off to war or whatever. They're already off to war. Whenever this chump became the whatever he thinks he's the new whatever the hell they called the guy in in Rome, the guy that was the Caesar or whatever. Obama thinks he's the Caesar. He acts like the pagan guy from the 300 or whatever. Come in, oh, I'll give you all of this great wealth if you blah 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 blah. What if you let him suck your dick or something? Obama's a real faggot. So, and MSNBC is a liar. They're a fucking liar. They fabricated this fucking story. I know this for a fact. The military, no personnel is going to come out and say that about Trump. I want to hear now. They provoked something here. They provoked the willingness and the ableness and the ability for anybody who's in the service now, anybody, not just at the Pentagon, but all everywhere who's ever a service member from the United States now can share their opinions on this political thing, especially before that happens. They can sum it all up politically in a fucking Bowen fucking package for left, so that the left can't fucking demonize their opinion or um, try and kick them out of the service for ever talking against the Democrat. For crying out loud, you must be punished for talking bad about the mafia. You know what I mean? I mean, they must allow the fucking mafia to run our government and fucking throw people in jail if they have a problem with them and become political prisoners all across the United States and in the world. They probably prefer to just kill people in other countries. And look how many people have died around these people, anyways. You know. So, anyways, I urge all military people to come forward now and give your opinion on this and to let everybody know exactly how you feel about Trump. And I would love to hear exactly one person. I'd love to see one of these Pentagon troops. It's us or Trump. I'd love to hear one of them, just one, come out and say that, because this is a complete fabrication. And again, you don't think that there's people, troops in the Pentagon that are saying, I want Trump to be our president, because then we won't be used as propaganda, we won't be manipulated and lied to, we won't be swept under a rug or thrown under a bus or be used as a political um, uh, party, uh, where they want to use you for some kind of example. They want to set the tone. If you ever talk about the Democrats or the Democrat Party like that, oh my goodness, you know. So that I would love to hear some, but on the other hand, I'd love to see how it weighs in on the people who are pro-Trump or registered Republicans. It's like almost like saying that the troops have to go and register to vote, but they must register automatically to be a Democrat or something. You know, they don't have a right to be a Republican anymore. You don't. If you're a troop, you're under Obama. You have to. We'll just go in there to the DMV, all the DMVs, all privately, and go and change your private thing, 'cause you have no private rights. You're in the military. You know, you must be used as a political tool, as a political ploy and propaganda to try to push some evil monster like this, to make people think like, oh, yeah, Trump must be a bad guy. You know, people aren't buying it, and this right here is completely false. Again, it's falsely fabricated, completely falsely fabricated. This right here says, and it says, read more. Republican presidential candidate and business mogul Trump has repeatedly vowed to build up the U.S. military if elected as president. And it says, but it is not clear he will have the experience, commanders within the ranks to do it. Yeah, and Obama he had the perfect knowledge. Yeah. Obama sits on his hands when it comes to the military. Obama is clearly such an incompetent swine. He's so ignorant when it comes to running the military. This guy goes and plays golf when six of our troops are killed, instead of going and all along, though, not just wake up today, now after he's blown it for 7 years, and then decide to be all conservative and help the troops out all of a sudden. But this guy Obama has done nothing but try to make everybody's life miserable, try to suck everybody into being owned by the government. And go look at the numbers of troops that have died every single month. I'm sure they're going to hide that one, try and make it almost impossible for people to actually look that one up and see the real statistics on how many more of our troops have died since he became the president. And he is not my representative. This is more abuse of power without representation. So I don't want them to be abusive with their power. I want them to do the right things and be a strong leader, and be the head, the true head that the military needs so that they can focus, be strong again, and have their heads squared away. That's what I hope for. But look at Mr. Reagan. Did Mr. Reagan have any? He had been in the army before, so but still I see a little bit similar with Mr. Reagan and Donald Trump actually, because you have one guy who cares about the military. So how could a guy who cares like Trump cares about the military, if I care about the military, anybody is concerned about them and wants to help them out as best that they can in any way that they can, how could that person, even with lacking skills, not go and perform that task efficiently and be good at being the troops leaders? So this right here is complete fabrication again, and I don't know who these officers are privately contemplating what they would do should Trump become their commander in chief, and more often than not, they proclaim they will leave. Well, you know what? If that's true, bye, because you are a suck up, and you are clearly, obviously, um, just helping out a monster who is anti-U.S. military, who is anti-U.S. I tried to figure out how come Hillary Clinton, when she was the first lady or whatever you want to call her, the first bitch, actually, when she was the first bitch, she wouldn't allow Marines to come into the White House unless they were in a suit and tie. So she hates military uniforms, the military and military personnel, and that's who they have to offer us. Then with the media and whoever else puts these people up like that, and that's who you want. Rather, you would rather have somebody who hates you, who who would not want you to go into the White House wearing your uniform proudly and distinguishedly as a U.S. personnel, military personnel, over somebody who um, will go out of his way to try to help you out. So it's uh it's really mind-boggling to me um, how this really goes on like this. But I guess we'll see when Trump actually becomes our next president. We'll see how they how it looks whenever some people do retire or whatever, leave the Pentagon. We'll get the word on who retires and who leaves there then at that point, and it won't be a private matter. If you come out politically, that's the one thing I'm having a problem with right now, is I understand that the secret ballot isn't secret anymore. So that's another sacred thing that they're doing against democracy, is making people all cop to who they vote for or what they want, so then they can become a political prisoner or political target or not by these people. So it's pretty ridiculous of you, MSN, to throw these lies around. I don't know where you got that story from, how you thought of fabricating that one, but it kind of makes sense how dirty and corrupt you guys are. But it's completely not true, and I do not believe it, and I know for a fact you're lying. It's a lie. And shame on you, MSN, piece of garbage.